Hello and welcome to the Long Island Weather Update. It's 9 o'clock. A somewhat rainy day. However, the heavier rain was in the earlier part of the day, and then we got a little more of a break as we got more toward the afternoon, depending on where you were. So we're going to look at the radar first, and you can see here comes another wave of rain. So we have these periods where it's very light rain, almost barely raining, and then it starts getting a little steadier, and it's back and forth. The heavier rain is off to the east. You can see here, especially over extreme eastern Long Island and New England. That's where the yellows are. Panning out, looking at this radar here again, you can see some pretty heavy rain here over the east end, going into Rhode Island, into Boston, Massachusetts, coastal Massachusetts. We've got moderate rain for our area, but you can see it's just all along this stalled frontal boundary that's barely moved all day long. Here's what it looks like on the satellite. You can see there's a wave of low pressure along that stalled front, so sort of acting to enhance the precipitation a little bit. We'll take you over to the CONUS view, so you get the look at the whole system here, and you can see again this system goes. You can see the tap. It's all the way from the tropics. You can see that taps all the way from the tropics, all the way up the whole east coast there. Pretty much been the same story all year round, you can see. Wow, looks like there's a lot of fires. Are those fires? Those look like wildfires breaking out in the south there. We're going to have to look at that in a moment. But you can see, again, this just ribbon of moisture that is coming up the east coast here, all from the tropics. Yeah, let's take a closer look at the east coast. So we'll look at our storm again. And you can see here is our storm. Again, you can see that feed coming all the way from the tropics. Look at that. Bright white clouds. Means plenty of rain, plenty of tropical moisture, and probably some thunderstorms in there too, some embedded thunderstorms. I'm not going to run. I don't know. The site is being very slow, the satellite site. All National Weather Service sites seem to be very, very slow today, so I don't know what's going on. But you can see here, again, the rain is slowly going to be exiting, but you can see another little wave of it coming across right now. So let's take a look and see how much rainfall we've already gotten, because believe it or not, we've gotten quite a bit. Some coastal Connecticut amounts, over an inch in New Haven County as well. Almost approaching over an inch in parts of northwest New Jersey. Higher amounts off to the east, though. Nassau County, some areas there at 1.40 in Massapequa Park. A little less to the north and the west. Central Park, only three-quarters of an inch. Suffolk County, place like Blue Point, they're approaching almost 2 inches, 1.80 inches. Ridge, 1.53, and it's still raining there. So Islip, 1.52. It's still raining, and I think we're actually pretty close to, if we haven't not gotten to it already, the record rainfall amount for Islip. We'll see if I know the Weather Service has brought that up about a possible record for record rainfall for Islip for the month. I don't see any announcement on their page, but it's possible. No, it wasn't the Weather Service that brought it up. It was a meteorologist, Rich Hoffman, that brought it up, of course. The Weather Service doesn't seem to want to bring that kind of stuff up, do they? Yeah, we'll go to our client reports for the day here. Like I said, the Weather Service is no thanks. Islip, high of 50, low of 46, 5 degrees above normal for the day. The low is 11 degrees above normal for the day. Record rainfall amount. All right, we haven't hit that record yet. Off of Islip at 1.40, which is a record. This was only as of 4 o'clock. So we have to actually look at the preliminary monthly data for Islip. This will kind of tell us, I think, what the most rainfall ever was on. Find the rainfall amounts here. You'd think they would have that here. Where's the rainfall? I know it's in here somewhere. Precipitation. Okay. It does not list the record. This is old. This is old already. So this is before today's rainfall. So it doesn't list what the wettest Islip is. But I'm sure the Weather Service will talk about it when we get there. I guess maybe we haven't gotten there yet. But it doesn't quite list the wettest, the Weather Service, they're not gonna make fanfare about it because they don't really want to get into the fact that we're breaking records left and right as a result of climate change, because nobody wants to talk about that. So looking across, I do see red flag warnings in western Texas. We'll get to that in a moment. But as far as our area goes, still kind of warm out there. 45. Well, temperatures have dropped a little bit now. We got a north-northwest flow. Still light rain falling across the area. Um, High temperatures, right around 50 degrees pretty much everywhere. Low temperatures, nothing too exciting with the highs and lows. Very little diurnal range. Let's look at precipitation. We'll do 24-hour precipitation. We'll show you how much rain has fallen so far. And you can see a lot of amounts, especially over Suffolk County. 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches of rain. I'm really curious about what the record is for ice slips, so I've got to find that out. Let's see if we can find it out. And we know that ice slip record precipitation. Let's see what the records were for the month here. If we can find that out. They don't even want to. I'm literally wasting your time because they don't even want to. All right. They don't even have the precipitation record here. So, yeah, I'm just wasting. You know what I'm going to have to do? I know what I'm going to have to do. Because they just want to make our lives extremely difficult. They don't want to make it. I know. Well, that's why. Oh, you should have taken the survey, right? They care. So we've got to go to observatory monthly weather summary. We've got to go to iSlip, and then I'm going to have to go back, probably 12 months ago to the March, or 13 months ago actually, to the March thing. So what was the most precipitation we ever got? 9.41 inches. So, and what was recorded at iSlip for today's climate report? So for the month, we've got 9.21. Oh, we don't have that much more to go, folks. I think we're going to break it. Yeah, I think we're going to break it. Yep, I think we're going to have the wettest month ever recorded at iSlip. Wettest March ever recorded, anyway. That's insane, but that's not a surprise. That is not a surprise. So, looking at that. So, and you can see here's our storm, but yeah, because we still got more rain to go, and that was taken at 4 o'clock. So, we know we got more rain falling. We should have no problem getting another quarter of an inch out of this rainfall that we got coming in here. Look at that river of moisture just coming up. I'll see if I can get this lightning thing to show here. I don't think there's a whole lot of lightning to show here. And again, the Weather Service site is being very, very, very slow, as you can see. So not a surprise here. Not a surprise at all how slow this thing is being. So I don't know what's going on with the Weather Service website, but we'll look at the... I find the internet is just being very, very slow today in general, and it's not just my computer because I was in the library and it was very slow there too. So I don't know what's going on with the internet today, but something is up. Because look at how slow these web pages are loading. It's slow all over. I don't know what's going on today. You can see we got these lows, stall front. Eventually we're going to get into this drier area here, and that still isn't loaded. So, you know what? We're going to try this because that's not even going to load now. Let's just go to the... there it goes, finally. I don't see any lightning there. But, yeah, we're getting very, very slow service on the weather. On all the websites, it seems, are being very slow. So this is not just limited to the Weather Service. So that's why this weather update is taking a little longer than normal. Let's go to Southern Plains. See what's going on here, because it looked like there were a bunch of fires that were going there. Yep, we do have fires. Yep, you see them right here? Looks like Arkansas. And Louisiana, too. Yeah, we got fires over here, too. You can see them all over here. Yep. That's incredible that we're seeing wildfires, considering I think they've gotten a decent amount of rain there. It's just because everything's so warm, so everything dries out faster. And we haven't gotten to Canada yet. Well, anyway, let's forget about the Weather Service. At least Tropical Tidbit seems to be working, so we can use that. So low pressure moves away. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Low pressure moves. What's going on here? 0Z Friday, 060 Saturday. We are missing frames here. All right. Whatever the case is, you see this moves away. Then we got another little disturbance that comes through late Saturday night to Sunday. That moves away. So the weekend looks mostly dry. But then as we get into next week, you'll see more rain chances again here. Tuesday, could be another soaker in there again. So just it just doesn't end. But let's go to the latest H trip. Well, actually, I'm gonna have to go to the 18. We don't have enough of the zero. We have enough of the 0Z to use, I guess. So let's go ahead and use the 0Z. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The internet is just being very slow today. But anyway, you can see that rain's going to linger. It's eventually going to end from west to east a little bit before midnight. But it's going to hang on. If you're on the Forks, it could hang on until around 5 in the morning before it slightly moves away. And then we get into a breezy day tomorrow. However, there is going to be some low-level, at least some models seem to think there's going to be some low-level moisture around. So let's try for a sounding. These lines are pretty decently far apart at 16Z over New Jersey. I don't think they are over Long Island. We'll see. Yeah, they're kind of some bunching here and there, which could indicate some moisture, which could mean some clouds. Then as we get toward the afternoon, that's when we're going to start to see some clouds develop, I think, redevelop as we head into tomorrow afternoon. But tomorrow should be fairly sunny. Dew points and wind flow here. We will dry out. Yeah, we're having a lot of problems tonight with the internet, so I don't know what's going on. But you can see here northwest winds, breezy conditions, dew points do drop tomorrow, as you'll see. And as far as temperatures go, not going to get all that cold. Tonight, probably dropping to the low 40s, maybe even some mid-30s perhaps. And tomorrow, we'll be rebounding into the upper 40s to probably low 50s for temperatures. All right, looking at that. As far as additional rainfall, maybe a quarter of an inch. I don't think I'm going to even show it because we will show it, I guess. But yeah, perhaps in the East End could get even more than that. Perhaps even a half an inch, quarter of an inch to a half an inch, depending on where you are. It's mainly Suffolk County, New Jersey. Is mostly done with it. Let's look at our skies next. RGEM. The skies next. This is the 18Z run of the RGEM. So you'll see tomorrow we will clear out. The clouds kind of hang out over Long Island for a little bit. They eventually do clear out by late morning. But then we see some clouds redevelop, perhaps a little bit in the afternoon, a little bit. And then for Saturday, it's showing mostly sunny conditions with the clouds coming in later. And then for Sunday, probably partly sunny conditions with some clouds around, probably some mid and high level clouds looking at this. This is the RGEM model, but again, every model is different when it comes to cloud cover. All right. And I want to look at the NAM model for cloud cover on the 18Z. Again, you got to be patient because it's slow. It's pretty much looking like the RGEM. You can see, again, some of those clouds redeveloping in the afternoon in New Jersey. But it's showing fairly sunny conditions to start on Saturday, and then the clouds come in more in the afternoon. But I think we're going to talk more about the weekend tomorrow night. As far as the rain goes, I think we will definitely get that record. But with the really slow internet here, it's making it hard for me to do certain things that I'd like to do to show you. As far as temperatures go, I'll just go to the GFS here. This is the GFS, by the way, with the skies. All right. But we'll go to the GFS when it comes to the dew points and temperatures. So we got the northwest flow tomorrow. And then we go into Saturday, still staying with a westerly flow. Then it backs a little bit to the southwest. More or less, we stay in a dry west and northwesterly direction. So not a whole lot of moisture to work with. So I think we should be mostly dry this weekend. Though again, the GFS was showing some sort of light precipitation that could move through late Saturday night. In fact, we're going to go to the 24-hour precipitation here, so we get that off. So it does show some light precipitation that would occur overnight, Saturday night. Mainly be New Jersey, and it's not really showing a whole lot of precipitation here. If you look at another model, the Icon, which isn't showing much of it. Yeah, here's that little wave. Here's that wave. So that wave comes in Saturday evening. Could bring a period of light rain, perhaps. Yeah, the models seem to be a little more bullish now with this. It would be more of a Saturday evening deal with a little bit of light rain, and then it's done by Sunday. So Saturday night might get a little wet, perhaps. So it's not really, it doesn't look very heavy. There's not a lot of moisture to work with. This looks like a clipper type system, but there isn't really going to be any cold air behind it, as you see. You're looking at the temperatures behind it. Not really much colder. So it's just going to be sort of just a little disturbance, you could say, that's going to come through. But, yep, it's another rainy day across the area, and looking to break some records. I think Islip's going to have no problem shattering that record, because look at this area of rain coming for the East End, and I'm sure they've gotten more than that since. If we go back to the weather and hazards map, actually, and show how much Islip has gotten so far. I could do 3 hours, actually, precipitation. Precipitation, 3 hours. Only showing 0.07 at Islip so far. Just kind of, we got to make it. Got to break that record. Got to break that record. That's 6 hour. This is 24 hour again. So we don't need that much more. We do have that rain offshore. So this area right here, which is coming into Islip right now. So this area should do it. It doesn't take that much more to go. And Saturday night we may still have some more rain. So we may still, even if we don't do it tonight, might be enough to, we'll do it. I really think we're going to do it at Islip. We're going to have the wettest March on record. So that's going to be it for this Long Island weather update. Have a good night.